Have you ever felt like something invisible was guiding you, but you could not explain it? Have you ever wondered if the world you see with your eyes is only half of reality? And what if I told you the ancient Egyptians once knew a secret way to see the hidden world, and they left behind clues that are waiting for us to discover? If you are listening right now, it is not by accident. You have found this video because at this moment, your soul is ready to remember what was once forgotten. Today we are going to explore what the god Thoth, the master of wisdom in ancient Egypt, called the art of awakening inner vision. This is not just about history or old myths. It is about you and the life you are living right now. Because in our world today, many of us feel lost. We scroll endlessly on our phones, compare ourselves with others, chase goals that do not fill us, and still feel empty. Anxiety, confusion, and loneliness are becoming normal for young people. But deep inside, we know something is missing. What if the missing piece is learning to see not just with the eyes, but with the heart and soul? The secret is this: cannabis was never meant to be a tool for escape. It was used as a sacred bridge to the hidden world. It was part of rituals, healing, and awakening. And if you stay with me until the end, you will understand how this forgotten wisdom can give you clarity, peace, and strength in your daily life. So watch closely, listen deeply, and if you find value, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel, because the journey we are about to take may change the way you see everything. In the land of Egypt, thousands of years ago, people believed life was not only about the body, but also about the soul. When archaeologists opened the tomb of Pharaoh Ramses II, they found grains of cannabis pollen carefully placed among the treasures. This was not a mistake or a random plant. It was an offering for the journey after death, a sacred key to guide the soul into the unseen world. Ancient records like the Ebers Papyrus, written more than 3,500 years ago, even describe cannabis as a medicine not only for pain and sickness, but also for the spirit. To the Egyptians, cannabis was not something used for escape or pleasure. It was a bridge, a doorway to awaken the hidden world, a tool to see beyond what eyes could see. When we think about our own lives today, it may feel very far from ancient temples and golden tombs, yet the truth is not so different. Many of us in our mid-20s feel restless, disconnected, and pressured to meet standards that never truly make us happy. We scroll through endless screens, compare ourselves with others, and try to keep up with a world that demands more and more, while inside we often feel lost. The Egyptians lived with a wisdom that we have forgotten. They knew that human beings walk in two worlds at once: the physical world of matter, science, and touch, and the spiritual world of energy, intuition, and vibration. They used sacred plants like cannabis to balance these worlds, to remind the soul of its higher purpose. Imagine for a moment if you could use the same wisdom not to run away from your problems, but to find strength to face them. Instead of using cannabis for numbness, you could use it as the ancients did, for awakening, for vision, for clarity. The Egyptians remind us that the answers are not always outside. Often, they are within. The forgotten connection is not only about cannabis, it is about remembering who we truly are. Beings of both body and spirit, walking in two worlds, searching for light in the middle of darkness. Cannabis has always been more than just a plant. It is often called a mirror because it does not give you something new. It only reflects what is already inside you. If your mind is restless, it will show you that restlessness with sharp clarity. If your heart carries peace, it will bring that peace to the surface. This is why some people feel calm and inspired while others feel anxious and paranoid. The plant itself does not change. It only magnifies what is already there. Imagine a young man who tries cannabis for the first time at a noisy party. He is surrounded by laughter, flashing lights, and people he does not fully trust. At first he feels light, but soon his heart races, his thoughts spin, and fear takes over. He believes the plant betrayed him, but in truth it only showed him the storm already moving inside his soul. Later, the same young man sits alone in silence. He lights a candle, breathes deeply, and sets an intention to understand himself. This time, with calm breath and steady focus, the plant reflects back clarity, insight, and even a feeling of connection to something greater. The difference is not in the plant, but in the state of the person using it. This truth is not only about cannabis, it is about life itself. Our relationships, careers, and daily experiences often mirror the thoughts and emotions we carry within us. If we are filled with fear, the world looks threatening. If we carry love, the same world seems alive with beauty. The Egyptians understood this mirror effect and saw cannabis as a sacred teacher, not because it gave wisdom, but because it revealed the wisdom already hidden in the heart. The lesson is simple yet powerful. When we change our inner state, both cannabis and life itself reflect back a clearer, brighter truth. In the temples of ancient Egypt, Thoth, the god of wisdom, was seen as the keeper of secrets that bridge the human and the divine. He taught that every person lives in two worlds at once. One world is physical, where we use science, logic, and the senses of the body. The other world is invisible, made of energy, spirit, and intuition. Most of us grow up learning to trust only the physical world, but Thoth whispered of a hidden doorway, a way to see both at the same time. This doorway was called the inner vision, what many call the third eye. The Egyptians believed cannabis, when used with deep respect, could help quiet the noise of the outer world and open this inner doorway. But Thoth's teaching was clear. The plant alone was not enough. You needed three sacred keys. The first was intention, setting a clear purpose before beginning. The second was breathwork, slowing and deepening the breath until the mind softened and the heart opened. The third was focused attention, the art of holding your awareness steady on one thought, one image, or one feeling until the inner world revealed itself. With these three keys, cannabis became more than smoke. It became a mirror, a teacher, and a bridge. Even today, this wisdom speaks to us. You may have felt it before, a sudden gut feeling that saved you from a mistake, a dream that carried a message, a shiver down your spine when something was true. These are signs of inner vision, moments when the hidden world touches your daily life. When you practice intention, breath, and focus, cannabis can amplify these moments, teaching you to trust your inner voice. And with time, even without the plant, this vision grows stronger, guiding you with clarity through the choices of work, love, and purpose. This is Thoth's forbidden technique. Not escape, but awakening, not illusion, but the ability to see truth with the eyes of the seeing. The story of cannabis as a sacred tool did not begin or end in Egypt. Across the world, in distant lands and different times, people turned to this same plant for connection with the divine. The Scythians, nomadic tribes of the steppes, burned it in tents to open visions during their ceremonies. In ancient China, shamans used it to bridge the gap between the living and the spirit world. Even in Israel, traces of cannabis were found on temple altars, showing that it played a role in their sacred rituals. These people, separated by distance and culture, all discovered the same truth, that cannabis, when used with respect, could open a doorway into the unseen world. Modern science, though it speaks in different language, now begins to confirm what the ancients already knew. Studies show that cannabis can quiet the default mode network in the brain, the part linked to restless thinking, self-doubt, and overanalysis. When this network calms down, new connections appear, creativity flows more freely, and intuition becomes clearer. What the shamans called visions, science now describes as altered brain states, but the experience remains the same, a sense of touching something greater than yourself. Yet the goal is not to depend on the plant forever. Cannabis is like a key that opens a door, but once you step through, the real task is learning how to see with your own inner vision, even without it. Over time, with intention, breath, and awareness, you can carry this awakened state into ordinary life. You begin to see beauty where others see nothing, to feel compassion where others feel anger, and to face challenges with clarity instead of fear. Walking between two worlds does not mean leaving one behind. It means living fully in both, the physical and the spiritual, the visible and the hidden. Cannabis may have been the guide, but the journey belongs to you. When you remember this, every step, every choice, every breath becomes part of the awakening. Now that we have walked through this journey together, it is time to remember the truth that has always been inside you. The sacred use of cannabis, as the ancient Egyptians and other cultures taught, was never meant to be an escape. It was a mirror, a guide, a tool to awaken the quiet wisdom already living within your heart and mind. It helped people see beyond the surface of life, to notice the energy, the intention, and the subtle signs that often go unnoticed. You have learned that life itself is also a mirror. Your thoughts, emotions, and inner state shape the world you experience. When your heart is calm and your mind is focused, the world appears brighter, more connected, and full of meaning. Through intention, conscious breathing, and focused attention, you can open the doorway to your inner vision anytime, even without any plan. The lessons of Thoth and other ancient teachers show us that awakening is not about acquiring something new, but remembering what has always been there. Every day, the simple act of pausing to breathe, noticing your feelings, and listening to your intuition strengthens this inner sight. You may feel shifts in your awareness, a sense of calm, or sudden clarity in moments that once felt confusing. Your inner vision will guide you in making better decisions, understanding others more deeply, and living with more compassion and courage. This journey is yours to continue. You are not trying to become someone new. You are remembering that you are a being of both worlds, capable of seeing and feeling beyond what meets the eye. Carry this understanding into your life. Trust the wisdom inside you, honor it, and let it guide you. Your awakening has begun, and the more you practice, the brighter and clearer your inner vision becomes. The door was never locked. It was always waiting for you to turn the knob and step through. If you want, I can now compile the entire video script, introduction, chapters 1 to 4, and conclusion, into one polished, fully readable, meditative narrative ready for YouTube. This will ensure smooth flow and engagement from start to finish. Do you want me to do that?